Hey everybody, welcome back to another YouTube tutorial. My name's Untitled here. Today we'll be taking a look at a simple subject. We'll be adding a game icon and a startup splash screen for our game, a custom one. The Unreal Engine comes with a splash screen. It's that new UE fancy neon glowing thing. I'll have a picture on screen, but I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. And we're just going to go ahead and replace that with our own custom one, so the player sees new ones, and we also see new ones in the editor. Now it's also important to note that this is a pretty simple video, and I'm sorry for the people expecting something big to be released today. I'm just saving a bit of time so I can release something really awesome, which it will be released in the near future. This is just a stopgap. But without rambling on, let's just get into the video. So before we start, I'm just going to tell you I'll be using GIMP in this tutorial. The reason is Windows actually has a file format for icons we have to abide to, and GIMP is one of the best to convert to it, or at least in my opinion, I'm a GIMP fanboy. So you can just go ahead, download GIMP, and when you're done, we can just go ahead and go to our Unreal Engine project. You just want to go ahead and have pictures ready. So I have this one. It's a 1x1 picture. This is going to be our icon we're going to be using for Windows and the editor. And then I have a splash art banner. I'll run through the resolutions when we get to the parts now, so don't worry if you don't have these images ready. I'll show you how to get the images ready for packaging. So let's just go ahead, go to Unreal Engine. Want to go ahead, go to Edit, go to Project Settings. And then you'll see in the description, in the About, in the project thumbnail. Now, if you open up an engine like Unreal Engine, there's going to be a lot of projects that you've made in the past. This is going to replace the icon for your project, so your project is easier to see among all the other projects. So you can easily just go to the project you want to open. Now, the default image is 192 by 192, and it's a PNG. Okay, so you just want to go to your image editor, which is GIMP, which I'll be using. I'm going to the icon. If you hold in Control and scroll with your scroll wheel, you can actually scroll in and out of the image. But here in the top left, you just want to go to Image and go to Scale Image. Now, the width and the height is going to be the value for which you're scaling. And for the project, we're going to be using 192 or 192. GIMP will automatically scale to fit the aspect ratio you're going for. So you just want to scale. And awesome, now we have our project thumbnail ready to go. You just want to go ahead, go File, Export As, and you just want to go and have a folder ready for what you're working with. These are what I've previously worked with before. So I'm just going to go ahead, create a new folder, and I'm going to name this Unreal Icons. Now, then we'll just go ahead and type editor project icon.png. I just want to hit export. We don't have to really worry about any of these settings. It will just work out of the box. Export. Now I can go to Unreal Engine in the project thumbnail. I can click on the three dots next to the image. Then I can go ahead, go to where I save these, which in my case is pictures, screenshots, Unreal icons, and integer project icon. Okay, awesome. Open up. Now we have our editor project icon ready to go, which is pretty nice. Then we'll just want to go ahead to the left side and scroll down all the way to platforms. And while we could go ahead and go through Android, Linux, everything, it's gonna take forever because we're gonna scale a lot of images. So I'm gonna focus on this one, or which is the hardest, or one of the hardest to do, which is Windows. Just want to click on Windows, and you'll see there's an editor splash. Now this is the splash screen you see when you boot up the editor. And it's all editor related. The player will never see any of these. but the game splash is what the player will see when he boots up your game. So here you can put advertisements of your game and stuff like that. So if we hover on this, the dimensions is 720 by 3070. So you can go to a banner you want to create. What you can do is you can go ahead, get the crop tool here at the top right. If it is, yeah, just click on that. You just want to go ahead and drag it out. Now here, you just want to see, by default, it should be something like current or any value here. You just want to tick the fixed aspect ratio box. Make sure it's fixed aspect ratio. What I like to do is type in the amount it's going to be fixed to. So 720 by, or double dot 370. And now I already did that, so I can go ahead. And it shouldn't have updated, so just scale your box, and now you have the banner image. And now you can scale around, and if you press enter, it actually deletes the rest and makes a new banner for you. But because I already have this banner in the correct aspect ratio, I can go to image, I can scale image, and I can go ahead and make sure this is 720, and it should automatically update to 370. I'm going to scale that. Kind of go File, Export As. Now I can go to Unreal Icons, which is the folder I'm saving stuff to. And I'm just going to go ahead and name this something that makes sense. So editor splash screen, and just press export. And then you can just export with the default settings. You can use a BMP or PNG or JPEG with this. I'm just going to go with PNG in this case. So if we go back to Unreal Engine, I can go ahead, editor splash, go to pictures, go to screenshots, Unreal Icons, and use the editor splash screen. Now, because I don't have anything ready for the game screen, you can go ahead and actually do this. And you can actually go ahead and create a new game splash for your game. I'm going to be using the editor splash over again. Now, a possible thing that could happen is as a change into a source content file has been detected. So, what this does is actually goes ahead, and every time you change an icon, you see what changed. Splash, Ed Splash has been created. So it takes your file and moves it into the source directory of your project. Now that's why the editor is confused. It thinks you're wanting to create a new plugin or something like that. So just want to tick don't RCIN and import. Awesome. Now I'm just going to go with the game splash and use the same one, but you can use a different one. Perfect. And with the game icon is where all the pain comes. Oh boy. You just want to go to GIMP and get your icon. Now, because it's a low resolution from last time, you just want to press Ctrl Z so you get your full resolution image back. Then we're going to go ahead and scale our image to 256 by 256, which is our Windows icon size. And we're going to again scale this, right? And you want to go to File and Export As. But we don't want to export this as a PNG because Windows uses its own file format and this whole pain. So we're actually going to have to go and name this game icon. I'm going to name it Windows just for naming convention, and .ico, which is Windows icon format. Press export. Now it's going to have a few settings. On icon details, you want to go ahead and change it from 24BB 1-bit alpha no palette to 32BBP 8-bit alpha no palette. And you also want to tick compressed PNG off, so untick it. Then you want to export. If you don't do that, sometimes Unreal Engine won't actually know what you gave it to work with, and then it doesn't actually change the icon. So now we can go to game icon and go ahead and select our games icon Windows and open it up. And now, there we have our icon set up ready to go. So here we have the editor splash, game splash, and game icon. And yeah, that's all you really have to do. Now, the reason why I'm only going to be explaining Windows is if we go ahead and click a platform like Android and scroll down. I'm just going to scroll down, and you'll see there's an icon, low DPI icon, a medium DPI, a high DPI, and an extra high DPI icon. Now you're going to have to go ahead and scale each icon to fit the resolution pointed out here. And that's a bit of a lot, okay, that's a lot of work. And I don't want to repeat the same thing over and over. So how I just scaled icons with Windows, you just want to go ahead, hover on the icon and check the dimensions. And then you want to scale it for icon 48 by 48, 36 by 36, 48 by 48, 72 by 72, and 96 by 96. And you want to scale it and do it for every single platform. I know it's a hassle, but it's something that has to be done. Now, if you go back to our thing we were working here, it's still low resolution because we actually exported ICO, which is 256 by 256. Just want to press Ctrl Z to bring back your full resolution, and you just want to scale and bring back the full resolution. Scale and bring back the full resolution. It's really a hassle, but it has to be done if you want your game to look at least a bit more professional. So yeah, that's it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe. Hit like if you liked the video, hit dislike if you didn't. And yeah, that's it for now. Good night, everybody.